Hold on. You're gonna be coming in. All right. I think you can probably hear me, but I can't hear you yet, and I can't see you yet. You're gonna have to go down to the bottom, and you're gonna have to turn on. Oh, you got the audio. There you go. Okay, you got it. Wait, let's see. Wait a minute. What are you
There we
on? Are you on a
go.
Are you on a laptop?
I'm on my phone.
Are you? Okay, I've never seen that icon unless it was on a computer. That's why I was like, "Wow, that's weird." I was like, "How do you get service on your laptop outside?"
Yeah.
Anyways, it's the whole vibe. Well, are you ready? Okay. I have a question. Is there any way that you can get better internet? Is there any way you can get good internet or like decent? Just because
Uh-oh.
it's freezing. Is
I,
there a way?
okay. I brought the phone closer to the house.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Like,
if it doesn't get good enough internet, it'll freeze and it'll fall off. And during the meeting, what happens is that if I'm worried about if you're able to stay on the meeting, that I'm not able to channel very well because I'm focused on are you going to be able to hear me the entire time? And I have to get into a state where I'm just like zone the hell out. That's essentially how it works.
okay.
So
Okay.
let's do you want to try to get better internet because it is freezing like for like a minute at a time and then going. And when I start
Mhm.
flowing, I have to have answers like quick, like yep, 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 yep. Otherwise,
Okay.
it it's only reason is like I want you to. It would be like somebody you taking a test in school and you're doing a math test and somebody coming in and screaming every 2 minutes. Like you
Oh,
can't focus.
okay. Maybe I
That's
will
the
go in
way
the
it
house
feels.
then.
Okay,
Okay.
lock yourself in the bathroom.
Okay.
Do you have a daughter?
No.
Weird. Who has the daughter? Is there like a sister or somebody that has a daughter?
Um,
I know
not
it
that I can
doesn't
think
feel like that
of.
yet. Okay, yeah, there is. So I don't know if this was this person, but in my bathroom, I get stuff before my sessions, and so I was getting ready and everything like that. And I had this, and I know you didn't just have a baby, like that's not a thing, but there was some woman that was with me. I don't know who she was, but she kept talking about how she has like a brand new, not daughter, obviously because she's crossed over, but granddaughter.
Hmm.
And she was talking about that, and I was like, okay. And so now I have to figure out where that fits today. So that's what I was asking you.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, it looks like
Let-
right now, I don't know, maybe it's going to hold right now. Maybe it's going to hold right now. So let's just see. If it fails, then what do you want to do? Do you want to sit here or do you want to try to go inside and lock yourself
I'll
in a
go
room?
inside. I'll go inside.
Okay, do it. Okay, do it, do it, do it. I'll just be right here. Hold on.
Okay.
Um, my spirit box said, yeah. Okay. What does that mean? What in carnation? Oh,
My bad.
oh my God, that's so much better.
That's better.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Okay. Oh, all the way. Are we?
Alexa,
Where's is this?
change light 7 white. Okay, there we go.
Is this a basement?
Yeah, this is where I'm staying right now.
Oh, how cool. Okay. No, only reason I've had basement sessions, I've had people, men and women, that lock themselves in their bathroom and keep their hand on the bathroom while their like kids are screaming. Like
Oh,
I've had somebody crawl underneath their floor space to like stay there, like in the dirt with a
oh
light on their phone.
wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. So believe me, none of it's all good. So I think it's very interesting. So just stay with me. I'm gonna walk you through this really quick. Um, and how this works, but hold on. Now we're going to get a little settled again. And I'll walk you through what I'm doing. That way you're not like, what the fuck is happening?
Okay.
Hold on. Interesting. Okay. So essentially everybody feels different, like when you go and see somebody that's a good friend or a parent, you give them a hug and they feel different than somebody else, right? So when I start
Mm-hmm.
feeling, I can feel what my room feels like. And then when you show up, it feels different. And so you get acclimated to what that is. And then whatever shows up on top of it, that's a spirit. That's essentially what that is. So then you have to figure out how they want to talk, and they have to figure out how to hop in my brain and play with it and use it like a computer. My brain is a tool, but you are the energy, you are the battery. Okay, you are the connection. So
Okay.
essentially what we say is I love you so much. Please go and mess with Amy's brain. So when they do this, they have the ability to try to talk in 4 different ways, but usually it's a combination of all of them all at the same time. But the first way is signs and symbols. So they may show me something like a peach. That means that they're from Georgia, stuff like
Mhm.
that. Or for me, a pineapple means Florida. No, it's not all fruit, but those are like some of my basic ones. Okay. The
Yeah.
next thing is that they will talk in feelings. So a lot of times you'll see me like that. It's because I'm getting feelings and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what words make sense to go with this feeling. And then in my
Yeah.
brain, I'm asking, like, does this make sense? And when I get a feeling of yes, that's when I say it to you. Okay.
Okay.
Also, with that too, there are some things that I haven't like experienced. So I may be like, well, it's kind of like this, maybe like a little bit more, a little bit less, right? Like that. And then the last 2 ways are that they will try to put me in a situation that could have either happened to them, happened to you, or will happen to them
Mm.
or will happen to you, sorry, by taking my own experiences and kind of like re-putting them in a line and saying, this is kind of what it was like. Now, with
Yeah.
that being said, I haven't been everywhere. I haven't seen everything. I'm from Texas. I still live in Texas. I haven't really been above Oklahoma. I haven't been out of the country. So if you ask me something like, they died in Saudi Arabia, what did it look like? I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, but if I've
Yeah.
seen like a YouTube video or something, maybe they'll be able to pull out little bits of it, right? That's how they do it as
Right.
well. And then the last thing is words. Sometimes they will come up like the woman, female energy that showed up in the bathroom for 2 seconds. She kept flashing me this like super pink baby, which pink just means female in my head. And there was this feeling of like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
just love her. But I mean, this means it just happened because the baby looked like a little worm, like just now. And clearly, I know you didn't just have a baby. So, yeah, I mean, I have
Yeah.
kids, I know what it's like. So, just stay with me. I'm also going to have my spirit box on. So, if I look at my phone, I'm not texting anybody. I think that's freaking rude. But sometimes I will get some interesting names or stuff like that. And I'll ask you, does this make any sense to you as well?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you have questions, ask. So, while I was sitting there for the 10 seconds, um, there was actually a pretty nice individual that showed up, like very nice. And in my brain, they sounded like this. They go, "Oh, hello, Miss Amy," just like that. That's just
Yeah.
very nice. And I go like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And I think they're in a higher vibrational state because they're not stuck, they're not lower, they're not heavy, which is really good. But they keep talking about how they have
Mhm.
found love, which when spirits talk about that, a lot of times it means they found heaven or they found like
Mhm.
it could also be love at the same time, but that just means the light for me.
Yeah.
When hold on, use cellular data. Give me a second. What are you doing? Why? There was also a feeling of um not just being right behind you because yeah, they go everywhere. They go inside of you all the place. But they're trying to talk about how um they are like right behind you or right behind you in everything that you do. They're
Mhm.
talking about how tell me. I'm gonna ask them things like what happened, what's going on, but I'm gonna see if we can get a base level right now. Ooh, what was that about? Hold on. Hold on. Where are you going? Interesting. Now she's saying, I said, is there anything that you had that you wanted to do more or anything like that? And she's talking about, I don't know how to say this. Hang on, hang on. Like saying, of course, blah, blah, blah. We don't want to die, obviously. But
Mhm.
there's a feeling of we're just living, we're just trying to make it, we're just living, we're just making it, we're just this, we're just trying to make it. Was she not with your dad?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I go like this. I said, where's her dad? Or like, where's your husband? What's going
Mm,
on? And she says, oh no, not with him. And I go, okay, I get that. I have that as well. And she's talking about how, why? So she wasn't married at the time of her passing?
mm-mm.
But that's okay. She goes like this. And there's like a funny thing that goes with this. I think that goes back to the whole like I found love, because
Mm-hmm.
she's talking about how, she's really found like the pure meaning of it, essentially. Like she doesn't have to be with anybody. She doesn't need to be with anybody. It's
Mm,
all here. And why? Tell me. Hold on. Why? Interesting. So leading up to her passing, like the weeks before it,
mm-hmm.
did you ever get any like gut feelings about this, or were you very like nervous or worried? She says gut feeling, daughter concerned, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
what's that
did
about?
actually. Um,
Really?
uh, a couple weeks before she passed, I had a really vivid dream of someone
Oh my God.
passing, and and we thought it was my boyfriend's mom because she was in the
Shh,
hospital. And yeah,
God,
um,
that's
I
I get
told
it.
my mom about it, and she believed it too. She thought it was my boyfriend's mom.
Yeah.
But a couple days before she passed, she kind of said like, "Oh no, like I think I know who it was."
Are you serious? Oh my God. Yeah, she keeps talking about that. And I was like, all right. She kept showing me that. I'm very cautious when I channel, so instead of me just throwing stuff out, I was like, all right, that's gonna sound weird. So can you please tell me again? And she's like, do it,
Yeah.
do it. And so she knows. It was interesting. She was talking about somebody, mom, being in a hospital, and I said, did you die in a hospital? And she says, no. And so she was trying to reference, I bet, or going into, or did you have this? This is where this was in the hospital. And she says no. So I'm thinking she may have been trying to reference the boyfriend's mom as well. But because I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what boyfriend's mom feels like, I kind of like saw past that.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, hold on. Why was she just suffering from, why are your ankles so swollen? What are you doing? What is going on with you? She's so young. She's like, what? 49? This maybe 50? How old is she? Was she?
She was 40.
Oh my God, see, my mind doesn't even wrap around that. Holy crap, she's so young. Yeah, she goes like this. I said, how old are you? She goes, I'm young. I'm young. I said 50. She goes, oh no, no, not at all. Not even close. I'm 36. And so I was like, she's like older than you. So I'm like, all right, if your daughter is this age, then God, that's amazing. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
talking about how her life snuffed out like right at that 10-year gap. And she's talking about, she keeps showing me her feet. I think she's showing herself at the morgue, which is weird. Again, this is just a thing that's talking about how I wasn't ready to go. I wasn't ready to cross. I went with my body. And she's talking about how, tell me, hold on. Did they end up attempting? I mean, they can't bring her back. They can't bring her back at all. Like, there's nothing like that. Did we like she shows her body completely laid out. That's it. But then she goes and she puts a tiny oxygen mask on it. That's it. But she says nothing, none of that helps. None of that would help. None of that would help. So was it like by the time we got there or by the time we found her, like nothing would have helped, correct?
Um, they tried to resuscitate her for
And
like
it didn't
30
work.
minutes. Yeah.
That's the oxygen mask. Yeah. She's just showing herself laid on the ground with this like little thing and she's like not responding or not there. And I go, okay. And so she's seeing this outside of her body and she's talking about how, tell me, Olin, I don't know what that means. She adores you. She doesn't talk about this. It's really hard for her because it's scary and it's nerve-wracking um and she hates she can like also like relive the panic of like you finding out or you seeing or you experiencing this. She
Mhm.
keeps making me relive that over and over again. The and
Yeah.
she's talking about how she like felt that, she saw that, she's sorry that you went through that essentially. And why? Come here. I hear you calling her name. Where are you calling her name at? You're saying, Mama, where is this at? Hang on. Oh, oh. So were you the one that really had to help do like the funeral planning and stuff like that, or the funeral you did? Yeah. I said, she's talking about you saying, Mama, I hope that I did the right thing. Mom, I hope that I did this. And I know. And she's making me hear that feeling and that call and that energy. And I said, where is this at? Is this beside you? And she flashes me like a wall of urns and a wall of caskets and stuff like that. And I said, okay, so this is funeral arrangement and planning. And she's talking about how you were asking for her guidance the entire time. And she's saying that she saw it, she knew it, she was there. Okay. And what you chose and what you did was correct. Okay. So don't worry about it. And she said, I'm a beautiful butterfly. She's adding in something funny in my brain. And she says that, what are you talking about? Where are you? Poland. Oh, she does. She lives in you. She lives inside of you. She adores you. Where is this at? Hold on. She's walking me through the funeral process. Hold on. Hold on. So did we end up having a viewing, but then we got cremated?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's not normal. Usually they just go straight to it and that's it. She's talking about being, this is going to sound crazy, but this is just what they do because she passed so quickly and suddenly. She's hanging around her body and hanging around you, and then she went to the light. She's showing me an image of being in, I guess, the morgue, and they wash their body. And she's talking about getting washed, and she's talking about getting prepped, and she's talking about having you come up and see her as she's laying for this viewing and talking to her. And then she's talking about how we have her as
Yep.
well. Yeah, you do. Okay. Yeah. And so she's talking about how she's always with you. That goes back to that. And she says, thank you for doing that. And that she hears you, everything. She says that why they didn't know how to style her hair or what was going on with that.
Yeah.
She says they messed up my hair, Amy. I said, what? I said, that's not something normal they talk about. She's like, why won't they let her come in here and help me and do it? And I was like, I don't know. They do let some people do that. Like, that's the thing. And she's talking about looking all ratchet. And I was like, all right, I gotcha. I don't think it was too terrible, but she's just making a funny joke about it. And she says that, tell me, oh, she shows a picture of you and her. Um, but you're little, you're very young. Um, hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. She puts you as like this star. You're really smart. I don't know if you know that, but you're really smart. She keeps putting you in the Olympics. She keeps putting you as like having 5 master's degrees. She puts you as like owning your own business. She keeps putting your face on all these different things. And she keeps saying, like, my baby's going to go the extra mile. She's going the extra mile. She's going to do it. And she's like, don't stop your dream. Don't stop it. And she's like, I'm here. I'm here. And so I don't know what you're floundering around for right now, if you are, but because she's talking about that, but she's saying, like, please keep going. Okay. And I know you feel lost and I know you feel a little directionless, but I want to let you know all you have to do is you just have to ask and she will open a door for you, but then you have to be not afraid to walk through that door. Okay? It's good. I promise you. My parents, my family's dead. And so it is the thing. And what? Go back over here. Where? She just showed a picture of you and her hugging, and y'all look so much alike. And you're like 16. And she says, I said, were y'all like besties growing up? Was that a thing because of like your age gap? And she says, no, she hated me a little bit. She hated you. She like disliked me for a little bit. And then she goes, but no. But she says, no, we got back together. Like we're good. We're good. I go, okay. Uh-huh. She knows. And she's talking about, which is just a side of me is like, oh, she wanted to punch me in my face or she really didn't like me. But she said, yes, you came back together. I'm glad that y'all finally did. And she's talking about how, oh my God, you had been with the boyfriend now? You're still with the same person?
Um, I'm talking to him again.
She says, okay. She says, I don't know why. She's still with that guy. Okay. And
Yeah.
I said, that's why I was like, are you still with him? Like, you should probably go. And she says, is not going to do anything good for you. I know it feels like home. I know it's comfortable, but it doesn't like bring out the best in you.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You try to, not saying you try too hard, but you have to try too hard in the relationship for it to work and for it to be good. And you don't need to try that hard for a good relationship. I
Oh
promise you.
wow.
Okay. So I would
Yeah.
say let it go, tell them to fuck off. And then the other thing too is what you have to do in order to get into another one. This is what I need you to do because I know that that is something that you're tied to that not only makes you feel close to your past, but it feels like home and you're afraid to step out of your boundary. I get it personally. I've been there. But what I need you to do is let it go and be okay with it. And then what you do is you sit by yourself and you get all into who you are, what your energy is, what your vibe is, and you feel who you are. You ask your mom for help. She will guide you. And then after about 6 months, 9 months, maybe even a year, because you're feeling who you are, then what happens is you go out and you find somebody that matches your vibration. Right now, you're talking to him, you did for a while. Obviously, there's bad things happened, right? You let it go. It came back in. Guess what? You're a different person. He's a different person, but you're still hoping that it's the same result as when you first met, but you're all both very different people now. And it's not going to be that. Okay. So
Okay.
it's okay. She will help you.
Okay.
Okay. I promise you. And hold on, let me see. Why? Tell me. She is trying to talk about, she's funny. She showed me roses. She showed me pink roses. She's showing me, um, give me a second. Give me a second. She's making me feel like the bulb of one. Hold on. Where? And you did buy like the urn or the box from the funeral home. You did?
Mm-mm.
You didn't. You didn't. Okay. She goes like this. She says, sorry, I've never had this happen before. She says, oh my God. She says, don't spend that much money on a box. Don't spend that much money on an urn. She says, you can get one off of Amazon. You can get something off of Amazon or
Yeah.
Etsy. And I said, what? And then she says, $19.99. And she goes, oh, well, it's a lot prettier. It's a lot better. And I go, oh, I've never had that product before. And she's talking about, so she knows about that too. That's funny. She's saying that is it just her name and dates and like some picture that's etched on it?
Um, I, not her name, but her birth date and death date on my
Her
ankle.
on your ankle. Oh, that's the dates. That's what you have. Okay, yeah, she put herself and then she put birthday, so day, and then death date, and then she wrote it out. So she knows about that. That's what she knows. So know that she knows about
Wow.
that. Okay,
Yeah.
all the way through. And she's trying to put my brain. She's like, okay, so it would be on here. And so this is here. And she put it in black. And she's talking about how, why? Tell me. Oh my God. So you have had a dream about her? You have? You
Hmm.
have?
I've
Okay.
had
Oh my
lots of
God. That's
dreams about her.
yeah, that's rare. That is very rare. People are just like, oh, I had one and she was mad at me. No, she goes like this. She talked about coming in your dream, being in your head, and then you waking up in the morning or at night and being like that. And
Yeah.
she's talking about, I was reaching out and she just wants to let you know that, yes, that is her. Okay. All the way.
Oh,
And she gives you the best hugs. She's trying to come up and give me a hug and like make me feel what it feels like. She's also, are you shorter than that? Is she like 5'6"?
mm-mm.
Oh, how tall is she?
She's like 5'10", maybe 5'11".
She she is that tall. Ah, okay. Yeah, she showed me my height, so I'm 5'11". But when
Yeah.
she hugged me, she came up and she like wrapped around my shoulders right here. And so I'm like, maybe your head is here. So how tall is that?
Yeah.
And she tell me, do we have anything to do with maybe she was getting pressure in her head or something right before? Um, hold on. Do you think she just ended up having like an extreme heart attack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
yeah. It started,
okay. Oh my God.
so it started
Yeah.
out as a seizure, and
It
she died.
is.
She died from asphyxiation of the brain.
She
Yeah.
keeps making my head hurt right here
Yeah.
and she keeps making me see a flash of a brain. And then she goes, Amy, and so she's talking about how bad it hurt for that moment.
Mhm.
And so she knows. Yeah, you saw me earlier in the very beginning. I'm like, okay, someone
Yeah.
just made something hurt. Yeah, that's her making it hurt there for a half of a second. And she says, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Why? Okay, tell me about her. Oh, it says positive. Hold on. Leo, Libra. La 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 la. Libra, Leo. What do you mean? Hold on. Hold on. Is somebody a Libra? Is somebody an October birthday
Not that I know of.
or an
Not that I can think
or an
of.
or end of September?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, that somebody keeps saying la 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 la, which for me, Leo is sometimes a name, but it's August,
Hmm.
but I don't feel like anybody's an August birthday. So that's why I'm not going with that. And so I'm like, maybe it's that. So we're gonna keep that there. I'm gonna write that down. Hold on, or I don't think anybody's named Libby. That would be another thing, but I'm gonna keep that. Hold on. Come here, mom. Tell me who. Who? Hold on. Interesting. She keeps talking about you. Give me a second. Who is the woman that lives upstairs?
Hmm. I don't know. I
Weird.
don't know.
Because you don't have, so she keeps talking about, here, I'll talk about, hold on, let me get a little bit deeper into this. Hang on. Come here. She keeps talking about you. Essentially, it was like you and her and you and her. And after that, you're like all alone in the world. Or like there's not a whole lot of other people that like would be around. But you're not living with her family though, correct?
At this moment?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, now I am. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So who is the woman? Is that her mother? Or who's the
No,
woman? Oh, who is
that's
that?
my
Who's the
cousin.
woman? That's your cousin.
Yeah, my
Ah,
mom's
that's
cousin.
that's her. Okay. She goes like this. She says, talk about, I've never had cousins. She goes like this. She says, oh, and tell the woman upstairs, I guess from you, that I
Hmm.
said hi. I go, who is that? Is that your mom? And she goes, no, no, she doesn't live with them or she doesn't have them like in that. And I go, oh, okay. And so she's like telling these people, thank you. And at first it felt like somebody younger. So I was like, oh, does she have a roommate? And she's like, no, 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 it's family. And so I'm like, who are these people? So yeah, so she's just telling them all thank you. And she likes that you're around them. I would even say don't move out for a while. Can you please plan on staying there for like another like 3 or 4 months at least?
Yeah, I can do
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be a year or two, but they're like right now would not be the best time. And so she's just talking about that. She's also saying, hold on, tell me. Oh my God. You would be really good in political science. I just thought I'd let you know. I have no idea why that like just showed up in my brain. Or
Oh,
like
wow.
law one day. Yeah, I have no idea. You have a vibe about that. And she says, tell me, hold on, come here. So you were going to college? You were doing school?
Yeah, I was getting my GED.
Good job. Okay, wait. So did you not get it yet?
Mm-mm.
Bad thing. Go back. Do it. Do it. Okay. Yeah. She goes, she sits down and I said, so what is she doing? What is she going for? Or what's going on? What does she do now? And she showed you, which is just like focusing on stuff, writing stuff down. And I
Yeah,
said, what is this? She goes, oh, school, school, school. She goes, she did, but quit. And I go, oh, huh? So I need you to go back and do it.
I can do that.
Get on it. Okay. Yeah. Be a badass. Go do it. Ask her for help. She'll be here. Okay. And what? Oh, it just said yes. Like just to that. So yes, please. And what? Tell me. She kisses you goodnight. Even though you stay up way too freaking late. Um, way too freaking late. Sorry, she's just talking about. I said, oh, what time does she go to bed? She goes, she doesn't. And I was
No,
like, oh,
no, I don't.
uh-huh. So I'm like, I go to bed at like 11, like max. And I said, oh, what's their time? And she's like, "Mm." She's just up. I said, oh, okay. And she's saying that, tell me where. Oh my gosh. I have a weird feeling that one day that you will be in Georgia. I don't
Interesting.
know why. I don't think you have any family in Georgia. I don't know why Georgia is a thing. And I don't think it's going to be like Atlanta. There's like something now, it could be a couple of things. It could be that you meet somebody and they are from Georgia and
Mhm.
like their family is from there. So you go back and forth. It could be that you keep going in life and you get like a really good job and it is over in Georgia or maybe on the outskirts of Atlanta or something like that. It feels like right around that
Mhm.
area. But I think there's going to be a tie that you will be pulled to Georgia at some point. I'm going to have to say in like the next 10 years. So just kind of like sit with that in the back of your head.
Okay.
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 And why? Tell me. Hold on. Where? Hold on. Hold on. Is there an uncle? Maybe that's a great uncle. Maybe that's what that is. That like died suddenly of like a heart attack as well or something.
Um, I mean, my uncle, her
Your
brother,
uncle.
yeah,
He did? He did?
like a really long time ago, died really suddenly too. Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, she okay, yeah, she goes like this. She says, "Oh, and tell her." I said, "What?" She says, "Uncle." And I go, "Okay." And she says, "Oh, he's been dead a long time or it's been he's longer or older." And she says, "He's here too. Oh, he just fell out just like me."
Oh,
So they're
wow.
together.
Yeah.
Okay? So yeah, so they're very much together. And then hold on. Oh my God. Tell me. Come here. What? What? Oh, just keep kissing her picture. Okay. Keep keep telling her you love her. Keep going through everything. She sits with you. She sees you. Okay. She's with you quite a bit. She's in heaven. She's not in a bad space. She knows what happened to you. She is okay. She's with her family and she's still with you. I want to give you one bit of information and then I'm going to have to run to my next session. Otherwise, they're going to kill me because I will be late, really late. Um,
Okay.
I, I want you to realize that you are not your body, that you are a spirit, literally a soul
Mhm.
that is looking through your eyes into this world. Okay. So you are still in the spirit world while you're looking through here. So
Mhm.
your mom is there as well. And that means she can interact with this and also look through your eyes as well, too. That's kind of interesting thing.
That
So
is
no matter
interesting.
where, so no matter where you go, what you eat, what you do, what you see, what you get nervous about, she's there. And all you have to do is listen. And just like I'm talking to her, she shows you the exact same things. You just don't know the language yet. But everybody does this, and don't second guess yourself. Okay. And
Mm,
so go be a badass. Don't get in your head about, if life's got you down. It's a blessing and a curse to have somebody so close that you love cross because you miss them every single day. But let me tell you, if you want to do something and you ask them for help, they're going to get you there. So I need you to get on the stick. Okay.
mhm. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Candace. So if you need me, I do have to run my next session. If you have questions or need me again, please email me and let me know.
Of
Okay.
course.
But I love you, and take a couple minutes, have a good breather, have a good ugly cry, and tell your mom that you love her. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you later, babe. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.